I want to get real conspiratorial. Okay. So back when I was still doing implementation, right, I would have customers, people would ask me like, where do you see the future of HubSpot going? Or what are you excited about? And the thing that I always said to people is I can't wait to see what HubSpot does after it takes everything it learned about how to communicate outwardly and turns that inward on its own people, which basically means how do you all of a sudden use HubSpot to attract, engage, and delight talent for your own company and the people that work at your own company, right? And like, where's HR Hub? Where's People Hub? Where's this? Where's that? And I've been saying this for years and years and years. This is going to happen. You will see HubSpot eventually. You know, growing your business is not just like selling stuff. It's growing the people that you actually have working for you, right? There's a lot of different ways to think about that. Think about it. It made the jump from a marketing tool to a customer service tool, reinventing itself as a CSM and doing sales. There's no reason it can't do HR, recruiting, and all that kind of stuff, right? Like it's just another function of your business, right? And where I think it really started is I'm like, the second I see them do user-based workflows, I'll know they're headed in that direction. And that happened, right? And you also start to see them start to do other kind of little sneaky things. Oh, you can manage your out of office stuff now. You can manage this, you can do that. And they start doing these like little teensy things, like slowly moving them in the direction, almost like it almost feels like they're trying to bait their customers into asking for there to be features around managing their own internal people. Is like what it is, feeling like they're nudging people to get them to a place where it's, oh man, well, if I can do this in a workflow, like why can't I do like this in a workflow?
It's like the user,
right?
We start to be able to use the user in other places, right? Because imagine if you could do, not, I would say payroll, right? But like time or time off. You got your calendar, you got your round stuff. What if you could plug that into HubSpot and now the HR people, this is like the rippling and all those, like you got all the stuff.
Hey brother, hey dude, they just bought cash flow. Okay. They could pay someone one day. Like that's the thing. If you could take money, you could probably figure out giving money and cutting a pay. Like I really think, because dude, Dharmesh always used to say, we want to be like a business's operating system. Well, the operating system doesn't just do marketing, sales, and service, my friend. Right.
Yep.
And so I think that's always been in the cards, but like they haven't said it. Right. Blake, I want to get your take on it because you're very much building a product that has to do with people, man, like hiring people. Like it's like the first sort of bit of it, right? And I had customers way back then saying, "Can we use this for an ATS?" And I'm like, "I don't know what an ATS is, but I guess you market and attract people, and they can fill out a form to apply." And it was like starting to make sense in my head. Right. And then, of course, it came down to, well, we can't store their social security number or like all this sensitive information that we need during the hiring process and all this kind of stuff. And some people backed off it a little bit, but that's different now. Right. But what's your take on that conspiracy? Do you think we're headed in that direction?
Yeah, I think it makes too much sense. We get these requests all the time. So almost in every case where it's an enterprise staffing company who also hires their own people, clearly this question comes up. In fact, we just answered this question late last night for one of our new customers on ATS. And it comes down to a few immediate concerns around security and control over the data. And what I mean specifically is you have an entire revenue organization, and that includes recruiters and recruitment teams inside of one HubSpot portal. When you start to introduce internal hiring, so talent acquisition, hiring the next Dax, hiring the next Max, how do you make sure that people can't access private and sensitive information about those folks, whether it's interview transcripts or personal data like an SSN or payroll type information, so pay rate and benefits and all these things that have to be protected. So like right now, the only way to completely silo that is two different portals synced, right? So portal to portal management.
For our organizations coming up, it's going to be something like that. It could be multi-department.
Yes, right. So portal to portal management becomes really important. And that's something that I know is in the works. Business units play a role there and can certainly dictate access, team-based access to different data. but the key is going to be portal to portal sync and management until there are until there's some kind of better control in place. That one's going to be the best.
Yeah. Interesting.
So just a really, I think really cool thing that I'll open the kimono a little bit with you guys. Sourcing and hiring based on skills and experience and certifications and licensing and industry and all these things, it's table stakes. It's easy. You can train ChatGPT to do this in a month. It is really not that complex. But something that we're working on right now is building out performance prediction and modeling based on psychological factors and looking at cultural fit and role fit and the work type fit, and then building that into what we call candidate DNA, company DNA, and job DNA, and all the relationships between those, basically saying Max and Dax, these are the archetypes that they fit. They'll be successful in our company or in this customer for these reasons. And we're going to predict performance with confidence rating of X, right? And then post placement, how do we maximize our investment in Max? How do we maximize our investment in Dax? Putting together enhancement and performance management programs based on who they are psychologically, not what they are on paper.
Yeah. Interesting.
And you built this on HubSpot? Come on, man.